So happy to be here. Okay, so let's get into it. Who here is planning on making a little New Year's resolution? Okay, a few of you still have hope. The rest of you are dead inside like me. I strongly advise those that have that little plan in their head to don't do it, okay? New Year's resolutions are such a scam. They are exactly like therapy. Okay, hear me out, where you do it because you feel like it's gonna make you feel better. You always walk out that door feeling worse. Correct? Right? It's just, I feel like they're total bullshit. Here's an example. I once made 2 New Year's resolutions. And my first resolution was learning how to make artisanal candles. Listen, I am not someone who enjoys crafting, like despite what my bangs, glasses, and sweater are telling you. I know what I look like. I know it looks like I fuck with yarn. I do not. I fucking hate crafting. Like, one of my biggest fears is a friend turning to me out of nowhere and just being like, ooh, we should have a craft night. And I have to tell you, that happens more often than you might think because I'm a queer woman. And I cannot even tell you how many times when I was single and still in my 20s, I endured nights of like quirky needle pointing and Mod Podge, like just to get a little pussy. Okay. But that's besides the point. So my first resolution, I was gonna learn how to make candles. My second resolution was to be less hard on myself. And the only thing I had accomplished by February 1st that year was I had purchased a giant bag of candle making supplies on a credit card. And I had spent 31 days looking at myself in the mirror and being like, you're never gonna make a candle, you little shit. Right? Like, so much self-inflicted suffering. There was no need for that, none at all. And I feel like, I don't know about you guys, I don't feel like I need a special month to set a goal and fail to achieve it. Like, I do that perfectly well all year round. I really do. And I also feel like at least the rest of the year you fail privately with some dignity. New Year's resolutions are even worse because we have this like perverse urge to tell the people in our lives about it. I feel like it seems when you tell someone your resolutions, like maybe you're thinking it makes you seem healthy or like dedicated to your self-care. All your New Year's resolution actually reveals about you is a very specific and particular way that you are in a dark place in your life. And I'm gonna explain, okay? So it's like, it's just so accidentally vulnerable. Like if someone comes up to me and they're like, yeah, I think this year I'm gonna start training for the New York City Marathon. I'm like, okay, yeah, I get that. Your dad never said I love you. Or if you're like, I'm gonna get into journaling. It's like, no, honey, you need to up your Zoloft. That's the reality. And this is my favorite one. When people are like, I'm gonna limit my wine drinking to just Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And it's like, that's a good plan. You're an alcoholic. And if anyone is feeling a little bit mad about that joke, like kind of like uncomfortable and looking around being like, okay, that doesn't mean I'm an alcoholic. I am an alcoholic and I have some upsetting news for you. And we can talk about it after the show. The fact that I got sober, I did not get sober via New Year's resolution. And this is another example of why they're such crap, the resolutions, because you never set out to fix something that actually needs fixing. Like when I was at my alcoholic worst, I woke up on New Year's Day in all my clothes and shoes, did not know where my car was parked. All I could remember from the New Year's Eve party was that I had gotten kicked out of a bar and tried to sneak back in 5 minutes later wearing a different sweatshirt. And both sweatshirts were blue. And I did not resolve to quit drinking that morning. I resolved to finally read all the classic literature I didn't read in high school. And I didn't do that because I wanted to better myself. I did it because I wanted to be able to go on a date with a hot, smart girl and know what she was talking about when she called something Kafka-esque. Okay, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say to you guys. I think it's just sad that we trick ourselves into thinking that somehow, just because it's arbitrarily a new year, we can magically fix something that years of therapy has been unsuccessful at fixing. Like I had so many therapists try to get me to quit drinking, and even they could not do it. Like I had one therapist who was giving me such reasonable, rational advice. She was like, Ellie, why don't you just try to cut back to like 3 drinks a night? And I was like, wow, Susan, that suggestion is so Kafkaesque. And also, you're fired. Thank you guys. I'm Ely Kreimendahl.